Yo, what's going on? So, update information of three Kansas City Chiefs fans that died. So they said criminal charges are possible in death for the three Kansas City Chiefs fans at a friend's house, according to an expert. Now, criminal charges could be filed in the deaths of the three Kansas City Chiefs fans, according to this update, whose bodies were found at their friend's home. The deaths were caused by a fatal drug overdose, and the drugs can be traced back to a supplier, according to the DEA. Oh man. Yeah, that's only if their deaths were caused by, by a fatal drug overdose. Now, the bodies of the David Harrington, Ricky Johnson, and Clayton McGinney, were discovered in the backyard on January 9th, buried in the backyard with all that snow. Jordan Willis, who was friends with the men, he reportedly answered the door for police and claimed he's been asleep for 48 hours. That's crazy. So Will's attorney, John Paserno, did not return a call from Law and Crime, but Paserno had previously released a statement claiming Willis didn't know how his friends died. Some media outlets have reported that Willis, a prominent HIV researcher, has entered rehab. Last week, family members of one of the three men, told News Nation they had been told toxicology results showed that they had cocaine and fentanyl in their systems. That's why I was thinking there was maybe some drugs involved. They raised the question if the official's cause of death for the men is determined to be a fentanyl overdose, could a person who supplied the drugs be charged with a crime? The answer may not be that simple, according to Derek Moss, a retired DEA director of special operations. There is a law in the federal Title 21 where it's called distribution of a controlled substance resulting in death or serious bodily injury, and some of the elements are a little bit difficult to prove. Damn. Moss said not enough is known about the facts of the case to determine whether criminal charges could be filed. He said the DEA focused on drug dealers and dismantling their networks. Sometimes those organizations and their leaders can be charged with federal crimes related to overdose deaths. Wow. Just a little bit more here. Said the DEA as an agency goes after the networks of cartel leadership that are pushing these poisonous substances all over the country. So it may not be the case where a friend accidentally provides cocaine that's laced with fentanyl. I don't know, man. They have found at least 3 cases in which a person who supplied the drugs that resulted in an overdose was charged with second-degree murder in Missouri. Last year, that state's Republican Governor Mike Parsons vetoed a bill that would have enhanced penalties for those who provide fentanyl to people who later die from an overdose. Wow, man. I didn't even know that. Republican State Representative Bill Allen sponsored the bill and filled it before the new legislative sessions began in January. The fentanyl crisis is a bipartisan problem. It cuts across every socioeconomic factor in our society and affects all of us in one way or another. We have something we have to do to get it done now. Meanwhile, many questions remain about the deaths of Harrington, Johnson, and McGinney. It's not clear who obtained the drugs or from whom. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And, just thinking about this, a few days ago, I'm like, man, how did they actually die? Like all 3 of them. So I'm thinking like they took something. And then, Jordan Willis probably like, dang, man, probably freaking out. And I wonder if they got to trace the phone calls or anything. Texts, burner phones, something, man. That's why this ongoing investigation is so vital. They were like, oh, man, he like, hey, man, just bury him in the backyard. Just come up with a story. Alex said you sleep for 48 hours. And I think that something like that happened because it's no coincidence that all 3 of them just died and they all in the backyard. I can't logically think of someone just, hey, we're just going to go in the snow and pass out. Like, no, like you will be conscious enough, like, okay, yes, I am drunk, but this is very cold. Let me get my butt inside or inside my vehicle. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So at the end of the day, man, with the Missouri law, in that particular time, our Parson, he vetoed a bill that enhanced penalties for those who provide fentanyl to people who later die from an overdose. So, that can be a little bit tricky, tracing down a so-called supplier that probably giving these drugs out to them. So, I believe this is some foul play that's going on here, because, this is it's kind of ridiculous in a way, man. So I know the lawyers definitely getting involved. They can't just brush this away like, hey, according to the toxicology report, we're just gonna go by that. But it's probably some other means too. We don't know if it's a hit or anything, man. So at least we slowly getting some type of information, man. According to Law and Crime. Just rest in peace, man. This is a really a sketchy situation here. But that's just pretty much what I have here. That's all my thoughts on this particular information that I have. You guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Let me know what's going on. Love you guys, man. I'm out. Deuces.